one rundown, give me all those 1,000 numbers I just showed you and their possible combinations off of 22 columns. That's strategy number one. And here's the 22 numbers I did it with. So if you can see this and you can screenshot it, if you like, go ahead and screenshot this. And I took these 22 numbers and I did the 111 rundown on these 22 numbers. And that gave me the 22 columns, and I can track all those 1,000 numbers on the on these 22 columns. And the singles, you got 12 singles up top. There's 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, 037. These are the singles. These singles can come 6 different ways. If you're familiar with pick 3, any of these numbers, a single can come 6 different ways. Like this 012 can come 021. It can come 102. It can come 120. It can come 201. It can come 210. All these numbers come 6 different ways. With those 6 different ways that these numbers could come, and you do the 1-1 rundown on the column, you're going to have 10 numbers, and each one of those columns represents 60 numbers. So 60 times 12 give you 270 of those 1,000 numbers you can watch off of 12 columns and know what they're doing at all times, using the data and not theory, using facts and not theory, working with the law of average. The doubles is the same way. And it's 10 of those, really 9 doubles and 1 triple. So you got 001, 002, 003, 004, 005. Triple zeros, 011, 022, 033, 044. That's 10 of the doubles. To give you your 10 columns on your doubles, and your triples, well, there'll be 1 triple. So you're going to have 9 of your doubles and 1 column of triples. Triples can only come one way. All these numbers can come 3 different ways, except for the triples. Because this 001 can come 010 or can come 100. You do the 1-1 rundown on them, each column going to represent 30 doubles. Each column represents 30 doubles, okay? So you got 9 times 30 going to give you 270 of the doubles that you're going to be looking at a glance, okay? So you got your 720, your 270, plus your triples is 10. That's 990 with the 270 and the 720 and the 10. You got all 1,000 numbers you can look at with these here. Okay? Now, there's valuable information right now that everybody's getting. Very valuable. Okay? That I'm giving you. All right, now here. These the 12 columns I was just telling you about with the 12 numbers. See, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. With the 1-1 rundown, you got 10 numbers in each column. Each one of these columns, you're not just looking at 10 numbers, you're looking at 60 numbers. That's why it's so easy to keep track of those 720 numbers. Same way here on the doubles. Let's see. The same way here on the doubles that I just called out. You do the 1-1 rundown on them, you're going to get the 10 numbers. Okay? And with these 10 numbers, they're going to be 32 a column. So you're not just looking at 10 numbers, you're looking at 30 and always knowing what all those numbers are doing at a glance. That's why I say you don't need the the grids, the root sums, the date sums, the tic-tac-toes, the multiple different rundowns. Those are mostly theories. They are theory-based. Anytime you're not tracking all the 1,000 numbers, it's theory-based to winning. The law is not set up for you to win, it's set up for you to lose. You're playing a loser's game when you're not tracking all 1,000 numbers and collecting the data. That's how you get in the winner's circle. So now here, what I do, I'm looking for like here. These are all the numbers that in each column come out for the month. What I'm basically looking at for the information that I'm going to carry over to the new sheet for December, I'm looking for any column that did not hit for the whole month. Like, let's see if it's one. Yep. Yeah, column 12 did not hit for the whole month. So any column that I know didn't hit for the whole month, I will highlight that column in December or put an arrow. Normally I put an arrow over it or something like that, but you can highlight it. It's kind of hard for me to put an arrow because I got this information here. I got this information here, but any of the columns that don't hit at all, I'll highlight them. Because one of these columns might not hit for 2 or 3 months. You definitely want to keep your eye on that, because when you winning, instead of trying to guess a whole bunch of numbers to play, you just going to play this column. Because you know for a fact that this column ain't hit for 60 to 90 days. And it can take that long, folks. That's why I'm telling you, you can't just be working with theory instead of facts. It took me 30 years. I've been tracking these numbers using this system. And it's been good to me. So that's why it's imperative that you know what columns ain't failed and carry them over from month to month. So when you see a column ain't hit in 90 days, usually 60 days I got my eye on that column. 90 days is definitely going to be part of my bucket list of numbers to play, instead of trying to play all the 1,000 numbers and guess and use theory to figure out what numbers is coming in. I know for a fact that these numbers ain't hit in 90 days. I know working with the law average. That more likely than not, something's going to fall off of this column within 90 days. And that's how all of it works. But you building data and building a bucket list of numbers to play as you go. So when you start winning, you always know where to go with the numbers to win. You're not using theory. You're using fact, because you got the actual data and logic. Because as you're tracking the data for your state and see what the numbers are doing, then you're going to implement the logic of the law of average, realizing that all those numbers have to rotate and change places. And as they're doing that, you'll be able to track them and see what they're doing. Okay? Now, you transferring the data, whatever column ain't hit, that's the main thing you want to look for. Strategy number 1 with the singles and the doubles. Okay, let's see here. So we know column 1 hit. Let me move this over some more. Okay. We know column 1 hit in November. Column 2 hit in November. Column 3, if ain't nothing circled on it, column 3 didn't hit. See, I got my eye on that column. Now I know that 3 and 12 ain't hit. So I got my eye on them. So you ain't just looking at 10 numbers here. You're basically looking at 60 numbers, which is 120 numbers that you know ain't hit. You know for a fact. But they organize it neatly in numerical order, so you don't have to guess about those 120. You know they ain't hit for 2 months or a month or last month at a glance. Okay, let's go with another 20. Another column. Okay, we got the column here. Let me did anything come up. Yeah, something came off the column. Off this column. Okay, column 6. Nothing hit for the month off column 6. See what I'm saying? See how if you're not tracking and seeing what's going on with the numbers, it's hard. You're working with theory and not facts. Okay, column 7, you see only one came off of that. Column 8, at a glance, you know what's going on with all those 1,000 numbers for the month. Column 8. Yeah, some came off column 8. And you'll see that some columns will hit 2 or 3 times. You'll be able to see that. Okay. Okay. Column hit. There's a column hit. All right. So you now, when you transfer it over here to your new sheet and mark them off, we said the 037 didn't hit. You should have marked them off. We know column 3 didn't hit. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, which is a 14. You do a little arrow. See, I got numbers on the other ones. I think I don't have room for that on this new sheet, but I automatically know what they are. I kind of just do that for the live. And what was the other one we said didn't hit? Nothing. Let's see. Which one we say didn't hit here? And we say column 6 didn't hit, which is the 017. 017. Okay, yeah. I kind of do an arrow. That lets me know, look into December, these columns in here, so I got my eyes on them numbers. Okay? Basically, you're looking at 30 numbers, but you're looking at 3 times 60. And that's what 180 numbers at a glance you got your eyes on and knowing that them columns didn't hit. So when you get ready to play, you ain't going to be looking at all the 1,000 numbers and trying to use a theory to hit. You're going to be looking at these columns. That's where I go to get my numbers from. I'm always knowing what's going on with the 1,000 numbers for the singles. Then here for the doubles, the same thing. Now, you know the doubles going to take longer. You won't get many off doubles. And triples, even less. Okay? Singles, you got 6 ways of them coming, so you got more of a chance of winning. Double, you only got 3 ways of them coming, so you got a lesser chance of winning. And triples, you only got 1 way of them coming, and they're even lesser of a chance of winning. And they're the least, and most people play them the most, believe it or not. Less chance of winning triples than any other numbers in pick 3. They think it's so easy, but they clean up on them triples because everybody like play all 10 of them every day, every other day, or whatever. When they think a triple is coming, they don't know. They just play all 10. I don't do it that way, and you won't do it that way once you start tracking for yourself and see how they do for your state. The doubles here. Okay. You would do the same. You go through and see what doubles haven't failed. For November. On those 22 numbers, you see what numbers have failed for December. I mean for November. And then what you do, whatever column that didn't hit, you highlight it and carry them numbers over, these numbers over to December. Now, once you've done that, your sheet will be set up for November to know what columns didn't hit. Okay? Now, you do the same thing with strategy number 2. This is strategy number 2, right here. Strategy number 2, what I do for single pairs, I want to know what pair didn't hit the previous month. Like this is November. And let's say what I do is I take single pairs and made a triangle. So I got all 1,000 number pairs. So whatever pair come out, I can mark it off this triangle. Okay? And so whatever pair that I don't mark off, I move over. So it lets me know. And the way I do that, say, I'll mark it off here. Say you have 1, 2, 3 to come in. There's 3 separate numbers. So you're going to have 3 separate pairs. You'd have the 12, here you come in, the 13, and the 23. You'd circle those. That's your single pairs. If you had a double to come in, say 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. You got 2 like numbers, so you're going to only have 2 pairs. You'd have the 12, and you'd circle the 22. But we see the 22 didn't come in this month, in November. And say you got a triple to come in, like triple zeros, you just mark off the double zeros to let you know that that was a triple. That way you don't miss that double, marking it off. Now, for a fact, I know that this the 0 didn't fall and the 8 didn't fall the previous month. So I got my eyes on these now for sure, because they didn't fall in September, well, October, and they didn't fall here in November. But like I said, doubles are slow. You have to watch them. But in Illinois, I realized that, and I know from tracking the actual data, that a front pair ain't failed all year in Illinois. All year. See what I'm saying? So if you play anything with an 8 on the front of that number, it ain't failed all year. And the last time it fell on the back was January the 6th of this year. You see how long that's been? This is what I mean by collecting your data and being able to think logically on why you're playing your numbers. Now, also, I know that the 8 pair here, going back and checking my data, ain't filled since July the 21st. So that's why, if you looking at my channel, that's why I put out an alert for everybody in Illinois on the evening start playing triple eights. Now, I don't really play triples unless I see something like this. Unless I see where I know 8-8 front ain't filled since January the 6th. Back January 6th. And 8-8 front ain't failed at all. And no double eights have failed in the last 3 to 4 months. I'm crazy not to be playing triple eights. I'm crazy. No, well, I'm not crazy, but I'm going to play these eights, I bet you, until they come. That's why you probably hear me say play them till they come, make that money out. I don't jump on and off my numbers. I always know why I'm playing my numbers, so I won't jump on and off of them. Because I'm not working with theory, I'm working with facts. I just gave you a factual data of why I'm playing this 8. Any number you ask me about playing, I'm going to be able to tell you why I'm playing it. And when you're working with these workout sheets, you should be able to tell me the same thing. Because if we communicating and we talk in your state, and you say, Terry, I'm thinking about doing so and so and so and so, and what you think? I say, what's your data say? Once you tell me what the data say, then I can either improve upon what you're thinking, or I can tell you right on. I can do that with all this, but everything else in theory, like the tic-tac-toe, date sum, grids, root sums, and all that stuff is theory. I hate to say it that way. If you're not tracking all 1,000 numbers, you're dealing with theory. Tracking all 1,000 numbers, you're always dealing with the data and the facts. And you can use logic. Now, here, strategy number 3. So, let's see. I showed you this here. Any of these pairs can take 120 days to come out or longer. Any of this stuff can take a long time coming out if you don't know why you plan it. Any of these 1,000 numbers can take 15 years to come out. Exact. I'm talking about exact. 1, 2, 3 can take 15 years and never hit. And if 1, 2, 3 is one of your daily numbers that you play, you've been playing it a long time. In any state. And just because a number is regular, don't mean it's going to stay regular, hit 3 times or whatever it's doing. Because you can jump on that number and it might not hit again for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. That's why I work with the law average and play what's left. What I know working with the law average has to show up. 38 pair here didn't show up for 120 days. So I knew 38 pair had to show up and won. That's using data and logic. For my state. Everything else is theory. Everything else is theory. Now, here, on these here, your single digit numbers, which are hot or cold, they call them. They only would use one digit to say if you ain't seen a 0 in a while, it's cold, so play it. My problem was I wanted to know in what position to play the number in, and I didn't see anybody showing that. So what I did is I took 3 columns from 0 to 9, okay? And with those 3 columns from 0 to 9, when a number come in, the winning number, I'd go, say again, I like this 1, 2, 3 because it's simple and easy. I'd make the 1 on the front, the 2 in the middle, and the 3 on the end, okay? Now, whatever number is left, I transfer over to December. I highlight them over to December, okay? So, let's say there's 1, 2, 3 here. If I know at the end of the month that there's 2 I didn't mark off the 2 on the front. I'm going to play the 1, 2, 3 as 2, 1, 3 or 2, 3, 1. Okay? That way, the likelihood of me hitting the number straight and using the data is greater. That's how you get in the winner's circle. And now, this sheet here, strategy number 4 is tracking the front pair and back pair for the data. I think I moved it over here. Tracking the front pair and the back pair for the data. Again, let's say 1, 2, 3. Both of these numbers are the same. I've done these for the whole year. This one here is a summary sheet for the whole year. You do for the whole year. All right, so at the end of the year, I want to know what front numbers haven't played for the data and what back numbers haven't played for the data. Okay? Now, that's how I know about them 8s that I just mentioned to you about. So if it's 1, 2, 3, I'll circle the 12 up front, and I'll circle the 23 on the back, like here. All right? So at the end of the year, I know what numbers on the front and the back haven't played. Like I know now Illinois, the 17 ain't played on the front. I know the 37 ain't played on the front. I know the 50 ain't played on the front. And I know the double 8s ain't played on the front. That's why I told you I'm playing triple 8s. Okay? Now, I know the numbers are random. So I won't be jumping on and off them 8s. I'm going to stay on them 8s. They're going to be my daily carry. Okay? And then here, you only got 3 on the back that haven't hit. You got the 22, the 39, and the 50. Okay? And that's pretty good. For a year to only have those few numbers left to play. And what I do is carry them all the way over into 2025. Because working with the law average, these